Welcome back to another episode of my trading vlog, where most of the views come from returning subscribers. If that's you, please hit the like button. If not, consider subscribing. I'm gonna go over some day trades today. I did on SPY, go over what happened on Friday, and then we'll hit, of course, the meme stocks, AMC, GameStop, the dollar, SPY, where we're going for the week. Let's just go ahead and hop into the charts here. You're gonna notice first thing, top left, my account balance right now is higher than I left it last week. It's quite a bit higher than I left it last week. On Friday, I decided to go in and kick SPY's ass yet again for a profit day trading. Yeah, I know, I keep day trading, but you know what? Hey, I made up for the losses last week day trading on Friday, so whatever. Over the weekend, I installed Baldur's Gate, which is great, and one of my buddies needs some help putting some cash together to buy the game. And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna day trade on Monday, and if I can make the money, I'm gonna buy the game. And you know what? I got pretty close to making the money, so I'm gonna buy the game for my friend. So I'm gonna be draining this account balance. You can see my account balance here is actually fluctuating pretty wildly right now. Markets are open. This is probably because of what's going on in WULF. I don't know. We'll go figure that out later. Okay, right now, let's talk about SPY. I was in the Discord yesterday, and I was putting up some charts. I was just trying to go over what I thought would happen in the week. And so I started with the dollar, and I figured the dollar would be peaking out towards the downtrend you see in that picture, kind of bounce around. I have some arrows there, and we'll look at that chart later. And basically, that SPY would be moving through a broadening pattern, which would start with a little dump in the morning and then a big rip in the middle of the day. I'll go over that chart too. I'm just kind of showing the sauce, right? This is September 4th. Totally called all this, and now we're starting to see that happen. So how did I do that, and how did I trade it? Well, here we go. First things first, we got the dump in the morning, and this downtrend, it broke. Okay, we entered a broadening pattern, and I actually held calls all through here. And then I doubled and tripled down, and we got this big pop. And I sold up here towards 451. I figured that we probably weren't going to get above 451. I was trying to get the 452 strike within $1 of in the money. And when it got there, I took profits. And I'm glad I did, because as you can see, price has fallen since then. And so yes, I timed a nearly perfect exit, and my entries were fantastic. Of course, I could have traded for a greater profit had I been willing to risk more capital, but hey, my account's only like $500 right now, and I think I put 200 in order to make that 50 bucks. So I kind of put a lot on the line there, but it's okay, because if your analysis is good, you're going to do well. I'm going to turn on the line chart here, and we'll look at SPY on the hourly time frame. Waiting for data. So this is the analysis that helped me make the money today. Check it out. It doesn't make any sense if you're not into this stuff, but basically we've come to the top of an initial impulse. And I don't know if it's wave 1 or if it's wave A yet on the minute, but I do know it's at the minute degree, and we're going to be looking for a little bit of retracement through here. It's very possible that we get an extension here, and what that will look like is a half staff formation where we have price push up, it's going to grind sideways, and then it's going to pop higher. It's also possible that we top out of this pattern and we push down. That's actually what I'm expecting. Just know that if we do get a bullish continuation here, we're going to get a massive rally. It'll be like 435 from 452. That's the first half of the rally, right? So like another $17 or something to the upside from 453 puts us at like 470. Maybe 460 is a good target there, right? Which is, of course, dumb. If you're a bear, you're very frustrated with this. I'm a bear. I'm very frustrated with this. But I'm not going to be so biased as to not trade calls. Trading calls is where the money is. And so I was expecting, you can see this little arrow right in here, price to come down just a little bit right in the morning. And it did right off of the open. And then it started to push higher. And what this does is this establishes a reverse triangle here where we're getting sets of 3 back to back, right? So here's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but this is extending into 1, 2, 3. All right. And so we have A, B, C, A, B, and now I'm looking for C, and we'll see if we get it or not. If we don't get a C wave pushing up to 452.90, then the analysis is really bearish. We need to set a new low and close the day below 449.88. If we do that, the targets are 447 with support at 446, which is kind of why I have this scenario drawn out. But nonetheless, at least I got the very first half, or the very first part of this right. If we get above 451, really, if we can get close above 451, that's going to be a bullish continuation, and then we'll get that C wave. So there's a couple of small support levels through here to watch. Things are going great here in SPY for me. Let's see here. Let's go check on the meme stocks, of course. That's what people want to see. GameStop, wow, I haven't looked at this chart yet today. We have some nice volume here. Is there some news here? Earnings are going to be coming up, huh? Earnings preview. GameStop is set to give its latest quarterly earnings report on Wednesday, 9/6. That's tomorrow. Here's what investors need to know. Analysts estimate that GameStop will report on earnings per share EPS of -14. That's the number to watch, EPS. If it's better than -14, then you're probably going to watch GameStop rally and rally big. That's fantastic. We're coming up to that bullish continuation level at 19.14. If we get a breakout from here, what's the next price target? $21. Thank goodness, right? We've had a nice reversal out of this brutal downtrend, which seemed endless, but at last we've broken through both of these downtrends. The forecast was really good. We're going to push through here, back test, push higher, and that's exactly what we had. We topped out. We grinded sideways for a little bit. I suppose it would look like a pennant, and this was a guess, by the way, and you can see kind of how close I got. I didn't get like super close, but I mean, how close can you ever really get? That's pretty good. Honestly, that's pretty good. Nice upward breakout, breaking the high from wave A. Also very good. Looking for a little sideways grind through here. You can see the MACD looks like it's about to turn bearish just a little bit. That's okay. Maybe we're going to see a nice high and tight flag here. And maybe for once that high and tight flag won't break down bearishly, but continue bullishly. Wouldn't that be nice for a change of pace? GameStop earnings are coming up. Watch the price closely. And just ignore hype. That's what I say. I'm like, ignore hype. AMC is having a good time. I called Bounce Baby back here on August 29th. Price since then has pushed higher and is now moving sideways. Again, this is looking a lot like GameStop, isn't it? I think the markets might be willing to go risk on again, in which case we're going to see meme stocks rally. And that is kind of what I'm expecting here. This does look like an ABC move. We haven't gotten the confirmation move above 13.75 yet. If we get that move, we're expecting 15.17. That could be a $2 rally through there, which could be significant. That's like another 10% plus. This is gonna be, that would be great, right? It'd be amazing. Of course, if we get below 12.24, expect bearish reversal, okay? And this actually reminds me of WULF. WULF went through a move like this, and then it broke through that similar level of support and resistance and then crumbled down. Let's move on. Let's go talk about WULF. I haven't really been looking at it too much. There's a bearish reversal level at 184. We had an incredible surge, and I thought we were done with that level, but price is now coming back towards it. This is still technically all retracement until we get back down to 184. Once we get below 184, then it's bearish continuation. Currently, I'm holding 100 shares. And this is that similar level of support and resistance right here at 223. I should have stopped out here, but I held. And I said I would sell a call if I needed to, and so I did. I've sold a $2 call. I collected $37 of premium for it. To close that call, it's going to cost $40. So I'm still down a few dollars here. That's okay. I'm just going to hold it for a while. It's super long-term dated. I believe the markets could turn bearish, in which case Bitcoin will also turn bearish, and I think WULF will follow that trend because they are Bitcoin miners. There is something of a triangle through here. We're going to call it an ascending broadening wedge. You can see that in the yellow lines here. We've had a downward breakout. There's like a 65% chance that we're going to pull back up and test that trend line before heading lower. I suspect we'll reach 184 before we do that. At any rate, I'm going to wait for this call to depreciate before I close it. And this is just to hedge the losses that I'm going to accrue in the 225 cost I have of 100 shares. And yeah, that's, I should have stopped out. Oh well. At any rate, I also have a long 150 put, which I can not sell right now, even though it says I'm up 95%. Like if I click this, create closing order, you're gonna see it autofills the bid as 0. There's a big bid spread ask here, right? $0 to sell, $10 to buy that put right now. I'm hoping that the put will run into the money, in which case I'll definitely be probably almost entirely hedging my losses in the shares I'm holding long. I don't know what to do with those shares. I might just hold them and continue to write calls against them in order to hedge. We'll see. I don't know. I'm probably just going to end up day trading SPY anyway. Let's go check out PLBY. As you know, I've been following PLBY. It's just kind of languishing down here, kind of reached the wave 5 target. I'm just grinding sideways. This does break the downtrend, the first downtrend, which is nice. Probably going to keep moving sideways for a while. This is taking a long time to reverse. I'm long-term bullish on PLBY still, but I'm currently not trading it. I did sell out of here. I know. That's fine. I'm not chasing it too much. I took out most of my position up here towards 190. I started reaccumulating at 150, and I've stopped out again. And so I'm just going to sit on this. I'm going to keep watching and following it, but for now, I'm just like, whatever. FUBO is seeing a massive rally. I don't know if this is Wave X anymore. This is starting to look like Impulse to me, right? we've reached overbought a couple of times. This could be the very top of a motive trend. We have waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 through here. This could be some sort of triangle, an ascending broadening wedge, and that is essentially motive because it does have 5 waves, and we've had an ABC correction down. Now, this move is what I was hoping for like a week ago. I would have made a ton of money on it, but no, it didn't happen. I moved on to something else, WULF, which isn't performing nearly as well. Now I'm watching FUBO, like, damn it. Go figure. Go figure. EOSE is having a hell of a time after making a massive rally, reaching the 510 target after pushing through a very clean ABC corrective move. Here we got a nice triangle. It's not really a pennant. It's an ABC correction. It forms what's called a flat. We don't have the touch points for a pennant, but it still is essentially a good way to express the price action. Don't get it confused. If you are doing technical analysis, you got to follow the technical basis for these things. That is not technically a triangle. It doesn't matter though, right? Because we still hit the target. So, you know, you can still be kind of wrong and still be right. It's dumb, but true. Moving on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going down. I actually haven't looked at this chart today. And I wish that my charts didn't freak out sometimes. There we go. Yeah, so we had this big push higher, right? And then price just turned right back around. This could be setting up another flag, another bear flag heading lower. This kind of does look like a flag to me. In fact, here I think we might actually have a true pennant right through there. In which case, we're going to take the height of this incoming wave, this impulse wave. We'll take it to the top of the corrective pattern here. And then we'll look for that 100% extension at 23,400. It's below the uptrend. RSI is going to go oversold if that's the case. The MACD has been correcting upward. It's still looking pretty bearish, although we are in a reactionary uptrend at some degree. Volume here is starting to peter out. This looks bad for Bitcoin. It really does. But let's go talk about the dollar, because the dollar is really what's making me happy today, because it's following the analysis. If you remember that chart I showed in the Discord, this is that chart, and I relabeled it to make more sense, because there's a lot of other wave degree notations back here that weren't making sense anymore with the way I was annotating it up recently. And I did that just to make a point, like, hey, this is what an ABC wave looks like, but I didn't adjust the degrees. So now the degrees are all correlating correctly, and you can see that we found a wave A, this was a big wave B, and we're moving up through a wave C right now, which should have 5 waves, and I think we've reached the top of that C wave, which has brought us to the target at 104.899. Everyone was bearish on the dollar back here, and I said, no, you're wrong, it's gonna go higher. It did. We had a leading diagonal triangle at the initial impulse, retracement for wave 2, bullish rally for 3, sharp retracement for 4, and now we've seen wave 5. And I think wave 5 here has reached this downtrend. It's tested it, and now we're going to see a retracement before we move into sideways grind. And basically what this is going to do is it's going to create a big triangle. We'll get an upward or a downward breakout, and when we get there, then we'll put a price target down. But I think for now we're going to watch the dollar move into a corrective trend, which could extend for a while, and it may even last a month, which would be very frustrating. What that's going to do is it's going to put SPY in a state of absolute confusion, and it's going to be just a mess. So day trading is going to be very risky. Let's go take a look at the 1 hour chart here and SPY again, and you can see how the dollar is peaking with SPY right now. There may even be a positive correlation here. There may be a positive correlation, in which case we'll watch SPY drop with the dollar, which seems weird, but it can happen. It can happen. Sometimes those relationships don't behave the way we expect them to, and that is what we call correction. Now SPY here is taking a big spill, huge spill. I think this goes down here actually. If we get below 449.88 on the day, that is bearish continuation. Of course, now we're getting some support through here. Maybe it's time for me to buy another call. I don't know. Anyways, if it's getting long, I'm out of here. Castle, I'm getting you Baldur's Gate. Happy trading.